Just checking a few other things. I'm gonna share this on all the socials and whatnot. All of that jazz. Okay. It looks like I got everything set up the way that I like it. Nothing too special, of course, but I do like to make sure that I have things in a certain way. Trying to do things across media here. Get ready to share all of this. Yada, 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 yada. Get ready for some ghost trotting on this Father's Day special. Hopefully everyone is having a good Father's Day. I had a fantastic Father's Day. Not that I did much other than drinking with my father, but if you don't have your father around, I always encourage, or if you have your father around, I always encourage you to spend time with them, just in case they're not around, as long as you want them to be. I don't want to use that picture. God, sharing this stuff to socials is a pain in the butt. I never quite got social medias figured out, unfortunately. Real boomer energy, unfortunately. Boomer energy. Okay, looks like we are good to go. Plugging some stuff in. I know no one's in here right now. I don't really care. I do this because I find it fun. And occasionally I get somebody in the chat to talk to, and that is also fun for me. Otherwise, it's just rambling for the archives. I think that there's not much of a difference between these two. So we're going to go to this one. If I get some people in the chat, I am going to get some opinions on how to spend some of these points. Because we got some... Apparently, I have unlocked a costume that we could buy. That's fun. But I'm not going to do that without people. And I might just, I might spend some of these points on stuff. Might also trade for some things that we desperately need. Ooh, like doll locations. But probably mostly herbal medicines and types of ammo. But while we're waiting for people, if people even show up, not that big a deal either way, we are going to explore Azruka. Azruka didn't get to go into these rooms. And depending on the character you're playing as, item drops can be slightly different. I demand more dolls. No doll in that one. Sorry, somebody messaging me on my phone. Trying to do multiple things at once. Always a great idea if you plan on streaming, right? I need item. More redstones. So we really are getting to that point where we're going to be upgrading lots of stuff. Now, I believe the last time we played, it was telling me that I needed to go to the other facility. Oh, coffins. Gross. Coffins are gross. She doesn't have a lot to say about the coffins. Which is interesting. And I'm always sure that there's one of these godforsaken little dolls hidden in a corner. So I'm always just peeking around in case I lose anything. But until then, got some coffee right here with me. Keeping me going through a couple of these levels. Ah! Running right into walls. You don't want to run into the walls now. Daniel demands dolls. My obsession with collectibles. My God. I've thought about going back through this game on hard mode after I've beaten it. I might see if there's any interest in that. I might see if there's any potential for fun with that. Oh no. Quick spins. Now we still can't go up to the 4th floor, correct? Oh, that is... Oh, you'd watch it? Hi, Abby. How you doing, Abs? But yeah, I thought it might be fun to do this on hard mode. Go through and play it again with all the different fun costumes. Which is by far my favorite feature about these games. Okay, second favorite feature. First favorite is the girl trot. Well, that's not good. Yeah, let's get out of here. Aha. She's so powerful, she sucks the color out of the world. A bit tired. We had some flooding in our basement otherwise. Oh, yeah. My dad, actually, his basement flooded. We spent some of our time together on Father's Day sweeping water into the drains. I'm pretty sure the game had her appear to try to force me to go this way, so we'll go this way. It's probably so I can pick up some extra items, go the long way around. So we won't cheese it too hard. Now, my goal tonight, as far as gameplay-wise, is to not suck nearly as hard when I'm getting juked by multiple ghosts. Because last time I played, boy howdy, and Abby got to see all of this, was apparently 2-on-1s in a small room was more than enough to just buckle my knees. Making our ways around. We won't overly explore, but we'll check a couple of the floors and a couple of the rooms just to see if anything's generated. Nothing. Okay, we'll go back out. I'm sorry about your flooding, Abby. That does definitely suck. Oh, wow. The way that door shut made me think that something was happening. Okay. So I think we're safe to go the way that we are supposed to go right now. Because I'm not getting any little item notifications. I'm sure there's probably some secrets that are going on in the levels, but I'm not quite completion hunting right now. I will do that at some point. I plan to platinum this game. Mostly just because I really enjoy it. I don't do that for every video game. I'm going to do it for Silent Hill 2. I'll probably end up doing it for a few of the other games that are getting released soon. Hey, we're lucky than some. Yeah, my dad's wasn't that bad. He takes a lot of preventative measures. But me and him were looking at social media, and like one place here in town, like half of the apartment building was just crushed away, and a place where I used to live was completely flooded. Thankfully, nothing in at my house or my dad's house was really all that bad. I did get caught in the rainstorm when it the flash flood when it first happened. I was picking up pizza for my dad, and the pizza I got, the cardboard was completely soaked just picking it up between my car and the pizza place. But the pizza was still good. Me and him had some beers together, so we were enjoying Father's Day. So, it's been a pretty good day. I've always been a big fan of Father's Day. I was pretty lucky, though. Not everyone was as lucky as me to have, a father figure that was someone that they actually liked to be around. I had a great dad and a great stepdad, so I'm actually a pretty lucky dude. And we stole as the other character and wasted that spirit stone. I don't think there's anything out here. We're wasting too much time. Girl, trot. I also might do if I can get a few more people in chat one day when I unlock all the costumes, we might do a tier list on the costumes for this game. We'll do a little community thing where we all vote, decide what's the best costume on each of these characters. Darn it, I spilt my coffee. It's fine though. Didn't spill all of it, just a little bit. And I'm pretty sure this is the door that wants us to go through now. No? It's locked. Oh, okay. Well, I was halfway right. Oh, you're making me go all the way back to the painting room. Okay. Yes, I know. I've been there. Okay, let's go. Da, 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 da. Back up to the 3rd floor. And now they're gonna make us fight the painter. Spin. Spin. Is there anything in this actual elevator? Doesn't look like it. And this game does feature an obscene amount of backtracking, an obscene amount of going to a room you were literally just in after taking a picture. I don't know if that's necessarily a weak feature of the game, because I find so much of this game enjoyable. But it is something that exists. If it's not something you're into, if you're not into going back and forth a lot, then maybe not the best experience for you. Right now I'm drinking some McDonald's coffee. It's almost the only kind of coffee I buy. Is this not the room that I was supposed to go to? Hold on. Photos. No. Records. Files. You did the caramel macchiato. Oh, hi, Danny. No, I drink my coffee black. I drank black McDonald's coffee almost exclusively. I don't know if that says anything specifically about me. Oh, no, okay. We're supposed to go all the way to the bottom floor. I'm in the exact opposite area I need to go. But yeah, I love, I always used to say, Danny, that I like my coffee the way I like my women, no additives. I started coming up with like a million of these because back in college I had this crush on a barista that worked in the same place that my sister did. So every time I'd go to either pick up my sister or say hi to my sister or something, I'd have to try to come up with a new one when I was talking to her. And about 4 or 5 years later, one of my buddies, it might have been Ryan, but maybe it was somebody else. It's hard for me to keep a lot of my story straight in my head. But they asked me, well, what did she say when you finally asked her out? And I was like, oh, I guess I probably should have done that instead of just coming up with coffee soliloquies. Oh well. I'm a little less awkward these days, but every once in a while I look back and go, yeah, and I should have really capitalized on trying to be funny. I'm also trying to yeah, I'm glad you find that funny. If looking back, I think she mostly gave me pity laughs at most of them, so it probably wouldn't have ended well. But it's still one of those interesting things between you can, over the decades of my life, you can measure the social awkwardness and how I've come to cope with a lot of it. A lot of it I've gotten a lot better about. A lot of it I've learned to mask better. Wandering woman. And that is the final boss woman again. That's just a shadow of her, though. Not quite her full power form. I'm having trouble remembering her name. She's not my favorite. Yeah, I'm glad you get it. But it's just one of those things, you know, social awkward teenager into social awkward college. Eventually, in my adult life, like at work, I was known as the serial workplace dater, and I have no clue how that happened. It says connecting passage on it. Yeah, I know where this key goes. Don't worry. Don't worry, Mr. Key. I know where to put you. Hi, nurse. God, these freaking sexy nurses. There's something here. Is it over here? Yeah, it is over here. Ah ha 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 ha! You bitch! Come on. Come on. Come on. Where are you at? Come on. Uh-oh. Freaking ghost woman. Ooh, item. I like item. No, I didn't want to go through there. I wanted to pick up item. I'll go through there in a moment. Okay, I guess I'm just opening doors now. Examine. There we go. Item. Blue spirit stones. All these wonderful blue spirit stones that I'm still not using. This must belong to the nurse I just... The one that grabbed my ankles? Okay, let's see here. 4 pages. That's not too bad. No changes today. She's still sound asleep. That's what scares me. How can she still be alive in that state? I stole a glance at the brainwave and the heart rate chart on the doctor's desk. I know she's alive behind that door, but looking at these numbers, there's no way that could possibly be true. Even so, this feeling that she's going to wake up one day is bothering me. As a nurse, I know I should be pleased when my patients recover. And yet, my heart trembles in fear. Fear that when she opens her eyes and opens that door, the world as I know it is going to come crashing down around me. Spoiler alert, it did. Oh, spooky. I hear that voice. Ooh. She's supposed to be dead. Oh no. That door, it's opening. I might also do a tier list of the Fatal Frame like main villains at some point, just because I love them so much. The blow lens, that's my favorite lens. We'll examine through here again, just in case. Because again, sometimes items pop up and we could always use more items. Because I've been very wasteful on this playthrough. No one is allowed inside. Oh god, I'm sorry. Ah! Ah! I'm sorry, ghost! I don't know what that is. Hi, Mr. Ghost. Come on. Where are you at? Ah! Oh, bullshit! Bullshit. Come on. Oh no. I might die here. I might die here due to my poor gameplay. Oh no. Come on. Barely got that guy. I'm sorry, Mr. Ghostman. I just wanted to explore. I didn't know it would generate such a troubling thing for you. I did mention this earlier, but it seems I've actually unlocked some costumes. I'm not quite sure how. I don't know if it's been via playing so much of the game, or if it's been because I have found so many of the dolls, but we do have some new costumes that I could buy. So I might do that, just so we can play dress up a little bit. I might see just, you know, what people are interested in. I do plan on doing a costume showcase and a tier list for all of these costumes. Community costumes, as it were. Oh my gosh. I might actually have to use a healing item. Let's see, we'll see how I do. That was a trial. Before we go any further, I'm going to try to find a safe spot so that I can save. Oh no! Please stay away from me, Mr. Ghost. Oh, more ghosts! Why are there so many? Ah, no! No, 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 no! Oh god, I am gonna die. Oh, I used a spirit stone. Mother of pearl. Ah, you bitch! Oh no. Well, at least they're all dead. I have been very wasteful with my resources. My bad, homies. Ba-ba-ba. Okay. Now wait a minute. Hold on. Map. I'm going the opposite way I need. To watching. Okay, before we go through that door, I need to make sure I save. Tell my family about the flooding. Yeah, is everyone okay? I mean, that flash flood really just kind of hit everyone out of nowhere. Auto saving. Hold on, I just got a text. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. We use the key. You're okay? That's good. That's good, Danny. I'm always glad when people are okay. Items. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm going to get ambushed here. And considering the way I just used up so much of my better items, we're going to find out. We'll go down here first. Hold on. Just wanna... Hold on, is that one up there? Okay. We're going to the next facility. Oh no. Ah, that's bullshit. Apparently, they were almost dead and I got myself hit. So, well. Could be a lot worse. Okay, I'm going to maybe need to pause the stream here in a minute because my mom needs a favor from me. I'm going to see if getting through this door ends this level, and then I'll pause the stream and I'll come back. Because I'm pretty sure right through here is the end of the level anyway. No dolls, no dolls. Not saying anything. Not saying anything. Okay. Oh, look at this. We're in the same place that Choshiro was. If I remember correctly, there's a safe spot right downstairs. If that's the case, darn it. So hold on. Right down this way. We're gonna go save. And then I'm gonna have to pause the stream for a minute. Not the biggest deals. And I will be back when I'm back. Here we go. And we have saved. Okay, so I'm going to pause the stream. Everyone, I will be back as soon as I can. But when people need you, they need you. So... Resume broadcast. I am back. Not sure if anyone's still here, but I am back. I just had to pick up a few things for my mother. She is having some minor surgery tomorrow, so she needed some stuff. She forgot antibacterial soap, so I went out and got it for her. Oh, you know what? Since I'm here, we'll just go ahead and we'll go... Thank you, Danny. We'll go ahead and we'll go through costumes again while we're right here. These are the plain clothes. This is an everyday outfit for Ruka. And we have the school uniform before school transfer winter. Which is a little plain, but it's kind of cute. It's only, what is it? 3,000 points? 30,000 points. How many points do I have? 500,000? What's this? That's the outfit I'm wearing. These are glasses. I don't know what it is about a girl with glasses. Works for me. Glasses yellow, and that's the hair ornament. Some stuff we'll buy eventually. But now I'm going to work my way back upstairs so that I can look for items. I might have to use a healing item here soon. Good coffee, at least. When I quit smoking back when I was in college, I've replaced it all with coffee, which has just led me to drinking obscene amounts of coffee. Probably a little bit of a bad habit, but I suppose there are worse habits I could have. I believe this door over here was open. We'll check. We'll check down the hallways. No items, okay. So we're connected to the other hospital now. And we've already gotten you. Trying to trick me, trying to make me take pictures of extra dolls. Well, right now, I just want to see if I can find any other items. Ooh, item. I want item. Oh, apparently this is important item. Spooky. The costume is freaking out. The costume is freaking out because this is a costume that was not built for that cutscene, apparently. Got some more what does sacred water do? Hold on. I think that heals me completely. Yeah, completely restores health. So we're stocking up on those. I like to save as many of those for the end game as possible because, boy howdy, if you think I suck at fighting the ghosts now, just wait. Just wait until you see me try to fight some of the end game stuff, the bosses. You know, her costume is really making me miss maid cafes. I've been to a few anime conventions and they've all done the maid cafe thing. Maybe that's a little corny, maybe that's a little weird, but I always sort of enjoyed that sort of nonsense. I always had a good time at that. A bunch of weeaboos giving each other uwoos. That's just a good time to me. Okay, seems like I turned the stream back on and Clark very loudly asked, what is... You think a maid cafe is cute? Yeah, I love maid cafes. Abby, the rest of your comment got cut off because I watched this on my PlayStation and it doesn't display the full comment, unfortunately. Sometimes it'll creep back up for me, but it just depends. I haven't quite figured out how to get comments to display or make sure it's live chat via the PlayStation. I can do it, any other method. Oh, that's the way I came. Like, I streamed opening some packs of Magic the Gathering the other night, and that was super easy because we just used my buddy's computer and his webcam. You're also pro Maid Cafe? Yeah. If we ever get the chance to do an anime convention in the future, we should definitely hit a Maid Cafe. I keep telling Ryan we need to do a getaway with him and go do like a convention or a trip or something. I mean, I guess we've also talked doing haunted locations together. 100% yes. That's what I want to stream. Maid cafes. Forget horror games. Let's just stream different maid cafes and then rank them. I'm sure that won't end poorly. Other things I will stream. Types of coffee I like to drink. Okay, there was... Oh, don't tell me. It's on the other side. Jiminy Christmas. Occasionally, the item detection in this game can be a little wonky. So I gotta go back around and find it. That's okay, though. It's gonna be over here on this shelf, ain't it? Yes, it is. How would you go about rating maid cafes? There's a few ways you could do it. There's the chauvinist way, which would be how cute are the girls / and or boys that are serving me coffee. I don't know if it's still chauvinism, if it's ranking my favorite boys in maid outfits. And then you have the coffee. You can rank the coffee. Rank the service. You know, do they do it with a smile? Do they do cute gestures? Are they speaking in Weebanese? That's assuming you're doing it at anime conventions. If you're doing like an actual maid cafe in Japan, you know, that's a totally different ranking system. I mean, you still rank the coffee and the service, but you don't rank the Weebanese in that case because they're just, you know, speaking their foreign tongue or their native tongue. I would be trying to speak their foreign tongue and very badly. I know exactly like 3 phrases in Japanese, and it's like where the hose at and where's the bathroom. And that's pretty much it. I speak entirely more Cantonese than any other language. And even that I don't speak very much of. Most of the stuff I know in Cantonese is just from by proxy knowing Kung Fu. Because the Kung Fu I do is a Southern Chinese style, so they make you learn a bunch of the actual Cantonese names for things. And I suppose since, you know, all of my teachers have been white dudes, I have no idea if I'm pronouncing these things correctly either. I've just always kind of assumed. But, okay. It has to, the item that keeps being detected has to be on the other side of this fence. There's no, because I have really looked. But you'd have you know what they say about assuming? Yeah. But yeah, we would rank the maid cafes on how's the coffee, how are the servers, and ooh, we're getting rifle film now. I should really start using some of the good film. And how's the coffee? How are the servers? Are the servers cute? Is the coffee good? How's the service? Yeah, definitely a category for theme. Because not all themes are created equal, and not everyone carries out the theme properly. Yeah, I'm with you. You definitely want to, if someone's, especially if they're half-assing it, right? You want the maid cafe to be full ass. Because otherwise, why do it? Like, I mean, I guess to try to sucker money out of people during convention season. I mean, I've been the lonely nerd that shows up to these things. I get it. I get the demographic. I get what you're trying to sell me. I really don't even judge them for it. It's the same reason I don't judge e-girls or VTubers. They know their audience. They know how to make their money. And I actually kind of, I admire it. I can't take advantage of that sort of stuff. A, because I'm not pretty enough. And B, because I'm not business savvy enough. But I appreciate the grind. Someone's putting in a good grind. And someone's putting in the effort. But just like everything, you can half-ass VTubing. You can half-ass e-girling. You can half-ass maid cafeing and themes. You wanna put the full ass into all of your efforts, into all of your ventures. I've been trying to full ass all of my writing recently. I've almost finished a novella I'm writing, actually, which I'm almost kind of proud of. I'm not fully ashamed of the writing I've been doing lately. That whole ass, yeah, Danny gets it. Oh. Okay. I didn't think it would actually move. Ah! Damn it. See, I knew that there was a, I knew that there was a doll there, so this is gonna be one of those examples of me trying to, get this doll as I'm moving. Did I get it? Haha, I got the doll. I think that's the, that's probably the most obtuse doll that I'm aware of. I don't think any of the others are quite that bad. Now, I'm pretty sure they want us to go that way, so we're gonna explore just a little bit. See if we can find any items and any stuff that we really need. I think Ruka puts her full ass into this this ghost hunting venture. Okay, there's a safe spot here, so we'll save. Because if I'm supposed to be going this way, I'll reload because I wanna explore. I wanna find all the secrets. Secrets. If my memory's correct, all of these doors are gonna be locked. Because they're for a different character, yeah. And then we'll just go the way we're supposed to go. God, I want to go to a maid cafe now. I do this to myself, too. It's never someone else doing this nonsense to me and making me yearn for adventure. It's always me doing it to myself. I don't think there's any dolls in here. I think the major doll for this section was in that little elevator. Can we go to the first floor? Lifts into motion. Okay. Oh, I am so scared. I am so scared of ghosts. Take picture. I don't know why I came back up here. We've already been up here. We want to go to secret underground cult cavern. You've never been to a maid cafe, Danny? They're a lot of fun. Especially if you're just there to have fun and you're not taking things too seriously, which is how I always tell people to do conventions. You're kind of at a convention to cut loose and have a little bit of fun. Absorb the moment, as it were. Now, I've been to some bad ones. I've been to some bad, I guess, mediocre made cafes. I've been to some good ones. Same with conventions. I've been to some bad conventions. I've been to some good conventions. In some years, I'll go to the same convention, and one year it was great, and another year it was bad. It's like time has stopped. Yeah, I haven't been to a convention in a few years. If I can get the time off, I have a horror convention I'm going to in September because it's within driving distance to me, and Tobin Bell's going to be there, the Jigsaw from the Saw movies. And I collect all the different types of tape recorders from the different Saw movies, and I'm going to have him sign one or two of them. But I'm really into old analog type of technology. So, oh yeah, I think it's great. And if I can't get the time off, it's disappointing, but you gotta be an adult. I'm 37 years old, so sometimes you just gotta make the adult decisions. Summary. Okay, I believe we're gonna be playing as Choshiro now. Private Detective Choshiro Kirishima wakes up in front of Hayabira Infirmary. Where am I? Why am I here? Choshiro remembers coming to the island at the request of Ruka's mother, Sayaka. Choshiro was the one who found the 5 missing girls on Regetsu Isle 10 years ago, when he still worked for the police. Standing in front of the infirmary, Choshiro sees Yo Hayabara, a suspect he had been chasing in connection with a multiple missing persons case that took place on the island. Yo is the son of Shigito? Yeah, we're gonna go with Shigito. Shigito Hayabara, head of the island and director of Hayabira Infirmary. Choshiro is certain that Yo had something to do with the girls' disappearances, as they were found underneath Hayabara Infirmary. Oh my god. Yo evaded capture and the case was closed, but Choshiro would not give up. He handed in his badge and became a private detective to continue his search for Yo Hayabara, who is here now at the infirmary. Could Ruka be here too? With his instincts telling him that the disappearances, Yo and Hayabara Infirmary are all related, Choshiro stands before the place where he found the 5 frightened girls all those years ago. Getting to play as Big Daddy Choshiro. Happy Father's Day, Choshiro. And you get your Father's Day stream with Best Fox Mask. Ruka's not here. Looks like my hunch was wrong. Ooh, item. Oh, I got a mirror stone? Sweet. Hold on. Okay, is it gonna be... It's gonna be over this way? Ooh, hold on. I saw examine. Item. Ooh, another tape. I guess there's nothing there. You missed the girl trots. I already missed the girl trots. We're back to daddy trots, and it's not nearly as entertaining, is it? Let's go to records and we'll do voices. Unknown voice. Okay, I already did those.
9月29日、駐在所。病院の関係者から少女たちについて垂れ込み、もう一度灰原病院内を捜索する。9月29日、灰原病院。病院の地下2階で少女たちを発見。5人とも無事。しかし、あれは 見間違いなのだろうか。少女たちの顔が機雷号。またか。どういう意味なんだ。
Ooh, so mysterious. Yeah, I'll try to open this, and then I think Ghost attacked me. I don't remember seeing this door. It looks pretty old, though. Why didn't I notice it when I found Ruka here? Oh, okay. I guess I was wrong. Ooh, mysterious underground water. That's never good. Let's see if anything's been unlocked for him. We got square glasses. God, make him look like me. Ooh, Albert Wesker glasses. Now, I think these the camera and the Spirit Stone flashlight, I think they're fun, but I cannot imagine actually doing a playthrough wearing them, or even a couple of levels. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just a little too much for me. I know that this guy has a fedora you can unlock, which I am sure I will put on to embarrass myself, because I used to wear one in college. Oh yeah, so let's just go deeper into the camera head is low-key terrifying. You know what it really reminds me of? I don't know if you've played Evil Within. The DLC had an enemy, or a boss, that was just like a lamplight head creature that would open its stomach and eat you alive. Honestly, you know, there's a lot of stuff about that game that could be, the fedora is even scarier, yeah. I do regret wearing a fedora through college. I do think it's funny that as soon as I stopped wearing the fedora, I started having a sex life. So, you know, I mean, that just goes to show you that, you know, some stereotypes are true. Ooh, item. I want item. Ooh, looks like a note, scribbled last words. I don't want to die in a place like this. I've heard the stories. The day of tranquility is here. They say back then some people came down to this place and they were spared, but not this time. Who did this? The rite of descent, she? Causation or correlation? I think it's a little column A, a little column B. I think fedoras attract a certain level of social awkwardness because Molot's scary, but not a sight for the sore eyes either. I agree with that, Danny. I've also had a Molot before, but I was like, oh god, like 2 years old, 3. So I don't think that one counts. But when it comes to fedoras, I do think correlation and causation are kind of close. I think that, like, a certain level of social awkwardness, like, makes you think it looks fancy, or that's what gangsters dress like, or something like that. I can't even remember what my own thought process was at the time. She's here, that woman. I saw her. Blossomed face. Her... words. Face. Is the Melfer. Removing the fedoras, the Melfers. Yeah. I can't even deny that. Ghost. Okay. Exorcised another ghost. Or at least dispelled it for a minute. A lot of these ghosts don't actually get exorcised until the very end of these games. Until you deal with, like, the source of the curse. Be it the rope curse from Fatal Frame 1, the twin curse of Fatal Frame 2, or is it the Crimson Butterfly curse? Fatal Frame 3 is the tattoo curse. This one is the Moonlight Syndrome, and Fatal Frame 5 is the Blackwater. I'm still really hoping for a Fatal Frame 6 or a Fatal Frame 1 re-release. I know that some of that's a pipe dream on my end. So the director's office connects here. He was involved in the disappearances after all. Oh, more ghosts. Hi, ghosts. Okay, let's get to a little bit of a wider area. Oh shit, the director was involved, yeah. Yeah, he was literally all over this nonsense. That one's dead. Okay. Deadish. No shit, the director was involved. Well, I handled that 3 ghost battle a lot better than the last 2 ghost battle I had. The last few 2 ghost battles I had, I honestly didn't do very good at. We already got the, okay, it's just gonna automatically go. We already got that doll. It stopped. Oh. Hi, nurse. M. Got like 600,000 points now. Now, is there... What does he... What do we... Can we buy for him? Mostly just healing items. Hello, nurse. Yeah, I tell you... Danny, you cannot underestimate how much I like the nurse aesthetic. I talk about it ad nauseum while doing these playthroughs. That's where the obsession started. I think it started... it might have been Forbidden Siren that started it. because that has a creepy nurse. I was also a big fan of Silent Hill. It might have just been sexy nurse Halloween costumes. Where is this item at? Because it says I should be like right on top of it. Yeah, it should be like right here. Haha! Like I said before, sometimes freaking ghost hand. Sometimes that is just a little too. And honestly, Abby, you have no clue how much the tiny hat plays a role. Like, yeah, the kind of high skirt is kind of cute, and the tights, but the tiny hat just brings it all together. I believe in here they're gonna make me fight that nurse, actually. Ooh. Let's see here. Emerge, cause of death, drowning. Ooh, circumstances of death found floating in Regetsu Hall pool by a nurse. She was already dead from a word I can't pronounce, arrest at the time of discovery. Additional notes, deceased reported to have entered a state of agitation at the same time as Subuko Tono. Anyone can have a tiny... Yeah, if you can have the tiny hat. Like, the tiny hat is what makes the entirety of it. Wait. Okay, so... Haha, found a wraith! Oh, that's... It is the cherry on top. Okay, I missed them. Not that big a deal. Let's get these items. Yeah, that was sick. Ah. Shaking garbage. There's a piece of paper in the bag. Serious errors have been found in the records concerning sudden deaths of patients. As such, specific reports are to be destroyed immediately using the incinerator in the back garden of Hayabara Infirmary. Found a key in the... Okay, so we're getting to a part of the game that I really found frustrating last time I played. The back door. Got a sacred water. That's pretty cool. It was frustrating because no matter what I did, I couldn't kill the ghost whenever I was playing it. And I went through like so many items, and I don't know if the ghost was supposed to be invincible or if I just wasn't dealing the damage I was supposed to be doing at that point in the game. But I found it to be because I fought it for like 10 minutes before I finally just ran from it to see if I could run from it. Files, records, voices. Listen to a new tape. I like that I get these tapes out of order. Something about getting information out of order I've always found fascinating in this kind of storytelling. Kagura.
神楽の間はこの建物は閉め切られ誰も出入りできない。俺の勘が外れたか。しかしこの島のどこかに潜伏している可能性もある。明日から調査を始める。 小さな島だ。灰原が来ていれば必ず後を残すはずだ。9月17日、灰原病院。
Oh man, he's still going.
巫女はすでに心肺停止状態。原因不明の突然死と診断。
Kagura maiden had a heart attack.
9月17日、灰原病院、霊安室。この島では死者に仮面をつける風習があるらしい。ここはあんまり気持ちのいいものじゃないな。
Yeah, it's
見ない
spooky.
方が良いと言われたが、本人か確認するため仮面を取ってもらうことにする。顔がわからない状態。
Beyond recognition.
写真を撮っておく。博多から本人と確認。
So we got a little bit of fun information there. I think one of these days I'm going to just record a bunch of cryptic sounding stuff on my tape recorders and then just leave them in random places for people to find. I think that would be fun. Okay, oh, this was one of the nurses. Collapsed while performing the role of the vessel during the Ragetsu Kagura. Okay, so this nurse was the one that was dancing. Witnesses reported that she was... Outwo? It would. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Helper. Post-mortem revealed disease. Doesn't reveal any disease or had heart failure. Yeah, leaving a puzzle behind after I really wish I just had like an obscene amount of money, because I would hide a One Piece. And I would put it in like the most deranged looking ARG I could come up with. Just make it as cryptic as I possibly could. Maybe even hire some people to do it for me. No. Ah! You bitch! Oh, okay, that was surprisingly easy. I shouldn't complain. Have I heard of the treasure? Which treasure? The One Piece? It's the friends we made along the way. Oh, the secret? No, I have not heard. Should I look into it? Is it cool? Because I'm always willing to look into new things. I don't have nearly enough obsessions for my ADHD as it is. Went to scratch my ear, my whole ass headset fell off. But it's back on now. And we're gonna follow the sexy nurse. As I am wont to do. Hey baby, have you seen my fox mask? It's blue. An in real life treasure hunt? I'm down for an in real life treasure hunt. Likely to never be solved, huh? Okay, now I took that thing's picture. Hold on, map. Like, do I follow the nurse or do I go through creepy hallway? I think we go through creepy hallway first. I'll have to look into that. Mostly just because I think that would be really cool. Uh... Oh, I'll definitely check it out. Oh, okay. I have a flashlight, mister, and I'm not afraid to do this. And where's your girlfriend at? There she is. Come on. Examine. Trying to hit you with a club, yeah. Some bullshit. Now that doesn't look great. That shouldn't be in a hospital. I think a bunch of the stuff that these ghosts try to do to me is some bullshit. Ah! I missed somehow. That's no good. Come on, where's she at? She should really hang in there. Why aren't you? My camera's not working. Run away. Oof. Crawling on the walls. Never something I'm a big fan of. Yeah, that's not how you want to be in a hospital. Okay. Go this way first. Because eventually we work our way in there. I can't quite remember how, but I know it'll happen. Map. Okay. Can't interact with that quite yet. Choshiro, Father's Day. Is that ghost the body that was hanging upside down? I'm pretty sure a lot of the ghosts in this game, if you don't find the bodies of them, you find what happened to them, which is one of the things I like about Fatal Frame is you get most of the lore bits. You get most of the backstory and the stuff that happened and all of that fun stuff. It's one of the things I found appealing of the games. Got a doll, and we got a healing item. Okay, where's... Not notice what, Abby? Found a logbook, okay. We've accidentally excavated out from the BTF lift of a primeval passage, so work has been stopped for a time being. Get the pass, blah, 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 blah. The ancients of the island forbade excavation of buildings underground. Well, if the ancients forbid it, why are you doing it? If the old primeval passage is disturbed, then the old moonlight won't reach blank. You know that all the ghosts aren't just random. I mean, I've also played this game an obscene amount of time, or at least Fatal Frame an obscene amount of times. And so I know on a second playthrough, it's a lot easier to notice this stuff. So I don't blame you for not noticing it right away. Like you'll find notes about the nurses and how they died. You'll find notes about the big boss ghosts. And that's just part of the fun of the game is or at least just part of the fun of the franchise is seeing the stuff that you see on the first time through versus the second time through. I think there's a little bit more, I don't know if I want to say depth to it than something like Resident Evil. But there's definitely a little bit more stuff that you can dig around in and play with, which I find fun. Okay, so I guess I can't go through there. Which should you start with? Okay, let me pause this. If you have the ability, because of collectors and stuff like that, some of these games are hard to get a hold of. I would say start with Fatal Frame 1 or Fatal Frame 2. Because those games are very disconnected from each other. So either one of those are a good starting point. Fatal Frame 1, the main character from Fatal Frame 1 shows up in Fatal Frame 3 and Fatal Frame 5. The person who invented the camera obscura, one of his nieces or granddaughters or just one of his relatives is one of the characters from this game. You get to see like his origins in 5. So you get to see I think Fatal Frame 2 is the most disconnected, except one of the characters from Fatal Frame 3 is the uncle to the girls from that game. I say start with 1 or 2 if possible. If not possible, you're not missing out on too much. You can check out like a lore video to get a little bit of backstory. The easiest ones that are accessible are Fatal Frame 4, which I think is the third most accessible because it doesn't have a lot of the big connections aside from Asao. And I will always pimp this game out. And then Maiden of Blackwater is also very easily accessible because you can just download it on the PlayStation or the Switch. I think it might also be on Xbox. I'd have to check on Xbox. I know both of these games are on the PlayStation and the Switch. So they're very easy to access. The reason Fatal Frame 5 might not be as accessible is because the main character from Fatal Frame 1 is a side character in it. And her backstory is sort of important to one of the main characters in that game. Not the main character, but one of the side characters. Fatal Frame 4, I think that you could play, and have a pretty decent time without having anything to have to know about. And there is some cheesiness in Fatal Frame 1, especially like in the voice acting and the translation. But it's like just par for the course for the PS2 era of the time. I think the least accessible, in my personal opinion, is Fatal Frame 3. And even, I mean, all of these games are pretty easy to pick up and play. You just might not get the most out of it. Yeah, I mean, I am rambling, but I love talking about these games. And I'll tell you, anytime that you want to... And if you ever want to play one of them, or if you decide you want to stream one of these, I'd watch that. Okay, so now I'm going to have to... Is this going to take me back to where I just was? Oh, yeah. Thank you. I do like to ramble about these games. It's one of the reasons I started doing this. I mean, the biggest reason I started doing this was because my other YouTube channel, all the scripted content I did was like a lot of work for not a lot of payoff, where streaming is something where I get to play the video game anyway and have some fun and maybe talk to people, which is just, to me, that's just a good time. And I really wanted to talk about these horror franchises. I wanted to talk about the reasons I love them and what I think works in them. Mostly because I want to create my own horror content, too. And I think one of the easiest ways to do that is to examine what works without necessarily copying it, if that makes sense. And of course, I'm going to go check this again, even though they didn't have an option before. You enjoyed my Superman videos? Thank you. I love making the Superman videos. They're just a lot of work. I still plan to make more, especially after the Superman movie gets released. But the amount of research I like to do for them, because I'm kind of anal retentive and I'm not getting information wrong, I don't think I can access these rooms yet. But like, I love doing the Oh, thank you very much. It's good to know that people enjoyed them. I think like making the Superman love interest one, I found that was a blast for me. And talking about how strong Superman is, I like the power scaling nonsense. I think power scaling is sort of a deranged fandom, but not so much as a deranged hobby. I just think some people take it too seriously. But I do enjoy talking about how strong characters theoretically are. And it also lets me read like a crap ton of comics, which I'm a big fan of. I'd really like, God, I think somebody like Junji Ito could probably do a good like Fatal Frame comic. Grab this. Item. No ghost hand. Found a document. Okay, let's see here. Special treatment. Make an arrangement as scheduled for the 5 patients who are to receive the special treatment. It would be incredible. Note that some are outpatients. Use some underneath the director's office. Sorry, gains entry. I think there's a few mangakas that I think could do something like a Fatal Frame or a Silent Hill adaptation. The guy who did Higurashi When They Cry is writing the next Silent Hill game, which still tickles me pink. And he's honestly one of the people I would say, hey, let him do a manga, so it's cool that he's getting to do his own story. The inpatients, Misaki Asao in 310 and Ruka in 308 have the most potential. Mariko in 203 may also be of use. However, some doubts remain about the outpatients, Marie, and those are the 2 that are already died. I mean, Mariko's also dead now at this point. But no attachment memo. You can't choose the organs for the right of descent in the same way they do for Rogetsu Kagura. This isn't a hobbit stance. in the damn village square. Oh, damn it. They used to be very careful in choosing the organs in the rite of descent. Only a vessel obedient to impressionable would be the girl. So they were looking for girls with very specific psychic capabilities. Ruka seemed to have some innately, and Asao, the other girl character we play as, has some, probably just from being related to the guy who created the camera obscura. So this is just, some more... Oh, you love Higurashi, do you? I am so excited. I am going to stream that. I might stream that game just 24 hours straight when it comes out. If I had a PC, I've thought about doing some of the visual novels for Higurashi for when I get a PC. Just because I also really like to talk about them. I've been reading Go as it comes out. I haven't watched the anime yet, even though I bought all the Blu-rays. It's just one of those series. I love me a series where increasingly horrible things happen to cute anime characters, which is probably a reason I also love Fatal Frame. Because when you think about it, you got the, Choshiro here. Kind of just looks like a dude. But the girl characters in the series do kind of look... They look pretty anime. I think we can all admit that. Do we have anything else in here right now? Oh, yes we do. We'll get this first. You're not going to scare me, Falling Head. There's the letter here. Oh god, time loops. I love time loop storytelling. I've tried to write it myself, and I cannot. I don't. Maybe it's because I get so ADHD about it, and I can't focus when it comes to trying to make it cohesive. But when it comes to reading it or watching it or experiencing it, I love a good time loop. Okay, at the mask of the lunar eclipse that I have poured my heart and soul into is complete. It is no overestimate to say that I have spent myself completely in this endeavor, but it is worth it. I want to thank you sincerely for all your support. The way to make the mask became clear to me when you reconstructed the ancient documents of the lore of the Rite of Descent. Oh yeah, I love Happy Death Day. Damn it, Danny, I don't know if you are familiar with the podcast I do. I do a podcast with my buddy Ryan, The Horror of Babylon, and we reviewed Happy Death Day, where we talked about both Happy Death Day 1 and 2 ad nauseum. It was just the right level of camp for me. I think if it would have been even 1 or 2% campier, or 1 or 2% taking itself too seriously in either direction, it wouldn't have worked. But for me, it was just the right amount. The way to make the mask only became clear to me when you... Oh, okay, I already read this page. The true mask of the lunar eclipse is not the foul artifact that brought about the terrible day of tranquility spoken of in our legends. No, that disaster was caused because the mask made by my ancestor, Seiyutsu, was less than perfect. So now we're getting an idea of why Ruka's dad was so obsessive with making masks. He needed to make the perfect mask to avoid a curse tragedy. Thanks to you, and it seems like it didn't work, did it? Thanks to you, this mask will open the door to the hallowed realm of Seiyutsu wrote of. As I must perform my role as keeper of the mask during the Kagura, I cannot witness the rite of descent with my own eyes, but I will be praying for its success. I do love it when people try to avoid tragedy and cause tragedy. I'm getting some more of this guy's notes. The day of Kagura is close at hand. I'm sure to be packed with spectators. There are even some famous people coming from the mainland. Opening the Kagura to the public has not only improved the image of the island, but has brought us wealth in so many ways. However, there are preparations to be made for the other ceremony. The organs have been chosen, and the true mask of the lunar eclipse has been completed. The rite of descent will return. The mask of the lunar eclipse is feared as the mask that caused the vessel to blossom, bringing the day of tranquility that destroyed the island. But by performing the rite of descent with the true mask, the vessel, my poor suffering daughter, will be cured. So now we're learning that Dr. Hayabara's daughter was suffering from Moonlight Syndrome, and he's been hiding it from everybody, which is probably why he's been doing these increasingly horrible experiments on all of these patients to try to find a cure. The mask of the lunar eclipse is our last chance to cure Moonlight Syndrome. The mask of the vessel caused the wearer to lose themselves, but the mask of the lunar eclipse is said to erase all memory, bring the wearer to a place of origin, purify them, and bring them back to themselves, back to the living. The rite of descent If the rite of descent succeeds, my seemingly never-ending battle with Moonlight Syndrome will finally come to an end. There have been so many casualties. My dear wife blamed herself for our daughter's illness, and in her distress... What a good father, yeah. Happy Father's Day. I imagine that if my daughter had some sort of weird, horrible illness, I probably would sacrifice a bunch of random people too. I don't think it's okay, but I kind of get it. Very, very sort of classic tragic villainy, especially for, Japanese melodrama. But I'm a sucker for that nonsense. Now I can't recall if this is ever expounded on in this game, or if it was a fan theory based off of some of the notes you find. Dr. Hayabara's son is the guy that our buddy Choshiro here was chasing, and who kidnapped the 5 girls. And it seems to be insinuated that Asako, the little girl ghost that we fought as like a little mini-boss a couple of times, is his daughter, and she may be an incest baby between him and his sister. I can't recall if that's true, or if that was just a fan theory, or if it's something that's insinuated. But I do recall that was part of like the discussion of the lore for this game. However, in okay, more items. Hold on. Haha, item. However, in Fatal, I'm getting better at dodging those hands. In Fatal Frame 5, you do just get. In Fatal Frame 5, you do just straight up get an incest baby. It's part of the plot. So, if you like incest babies, Fatal Frame 5, go for it. I'll read this in a minute. I want to answer the thing. Oh, all the spiritual potential. Boy howdy, if I don't want to get like a creepy ghost call someday too. I'm a sucker for that nonsense. Yeah, he does not like boys, not at all. He likes them young and he wants girls, and that's why I keep calling this Epstein Island the game. That ghost was easy to kill. That might have been my easiest ghost battle since starting this playthrough. That was, what, 2 shots? I keep forgetting that his flashlight waxes and wanes in power depending on how much you're moving. or like how often you use it. I can't remember exactly how it uses it, but whenever it's full, it does more damage. And before I get too lost here, we are gonna recheck our map. Okay. So we are heading in the right direction. Ghost hunting. And I keep saying I don't believe in ghosts, but I would love to have a paranormal experience, so I want to go ghost hunting so bad. Like, every time, especially when I'm playing this game, I get that itch to just drive to the most haunted places I can find. Or abandoned places. Next time I get Ryan in this stream too, I think we're going to do, we're gonna buy some of the costumes and do a little costume showcase. Yeah, I really want to believe, I just don't. I'm with you, Abby. I think that's one of the reasons I want a paranormal experience so bad, is like, I would love to be proven wrong. But yeah, and it's just like, you want that experience, you just don't believe that experience is possible. But, you know, I keep testing the waters. We had a patient die in our hospital a few years ago. This must have been like 5 years ago. And I kept trying to tell my boss, I'm like, hey, let me just bring a Ouija board into his room. And she was not having it. She didn't think it was very funny. But I was like, come on. Nobody liked him. But I guess probably inappropriate, but whatever. I thought it was like my one chance. Hey, no, take her picture. Oh shoot. I had it on the wrong thing. My bad. Oh well. I missed out on like 500 points. It's not that big a deal. And this is around the stage where I got frustrated with a ghost battle. So we'll see if it happens again. Is there a save out here? And there is a save, so it's not that big of a deal. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, inappropriate, definitely, but hilarious. And that was basically my entire career at that hospital. Was I always found... And I also think that just working in mental health and night shifts and in hospitals gives you like a very... Like, my sense of humor was already pretty dark, and it got darker as time went on. I just think that that's how a lot of people cope with that kind of work. And they just hope that the day shift people don't hear it. I've decided that the film of the Kagra is to be incinerated. While I'm aware of the importance of keeping a record of the event, even considering what's happened, there's something very strange about this film. At first I thought it was just the damage to the film itself, but I checked again, and that's when I realized the film is showing a woman who definitely wasn't present at the time of the recording. I think she's dancing. Just to be sure, I had the other nurses watch the film with me. The second time I saw it, I could see even more clearly. The woman is slowly becoming more and more apparent in the film. I could barely believe it myself when I came to the realization, but there's simply no other explanation. I don't want to see it again. I don't even want to be near this damn film anymore. Oh, I know you can be morbid. I'm afraid of permission of the blah blah blah. Is there something else here? So there is something else around here. Where's it at? Oh, reach in. Yeah, just reach in there. Tightly bound bottle letters. That I know you can be morbid. Yeah. Oh my god, 27? Oh my god, I am not reading all of this. I tell everyone what. I'll put these letters up here for a couple seconds if anyone ever wants to come back here and pause all of this. The bundled letters were addressed to Choshiro. Do you want me to read all 27? Okay. I'll do it for you. But I'm going to pause this for just a second and grab a cup of coffee, and then I will come back and read the letters. So give me 1.5 minutes. Alrighty. Cup of coffee in hand. 1 of 27. Let's go. Dear Choshiro, long time no see. I hear you're coming to Ragetsu Isle for work. I'm on the island now conducting some research. We'll be able to meet up. This place is pretty interesting. Its culture is almost completely unique. My specific research topic is masks. The masks related to the beliefs of Ragetsu Isle are well known even on the mainland, but there are still many mysteries to be explained. Fortunately for me, this is the year of the Ragetsu Kagura. Held once a decade, many different masks are made for the ceremony. I couldn't have timed it better. If all goes well, I might even have the chance to actually see the masks being made. I'm planning to stay for a while to take advantage of all these great research opportunities. Do you remember my younger sister, Iori? She insisted on tagging along with me. She says she's really excited about seeing the Ragetsu Kagura. What a tourist! My sister, wanting to see the dance. When I told her I knew a real detective, Iori said she wanted to meet you. So, when you get here, we should all go for a drink. We haven't done that much since we got jobs. Takeshi Aibi, Teaching Assistant, History Department, Kutsugai University. Blank page. Purpose of most Kagura masks is to make wearers one with the gods. They take the appearance of them and perform the ritual dance. But the masks on Ragetsu Isle don't represent gods. In fact, there aren't any gods in the belief system here. Thank you. I am doing my best. I have horrible reading skills. I blame my dyslexia. But I am trying to add a little bit of flavor when I do these, when I actually sit down and do them. Also, Ragetsu Kagura got its current name relatively recently. It used to be called the Rite of Descent. Descent represents the journey of the souls of the dead. Blank page. And given the custom of putting 20 pages, and given the customs of putting masks on the faces of corpses, the masks on this island must represent the dead. The traditions of putting death masks and performing dances occurs elsewhere, but blank page. These masks represent death itself? Question mark. The forms of the mind that have faced death, the shape of the soul, the moment one moves from existence to nothingness. The mask here represents the shapes of things that leave behind no lasting forms. The rite of descent used on such mask. What function did it have in island society? Blank page. Is the mask worn by the vessel? It was crafted long before the other Kagura masks, and its roots are different. But blank page, yes, blank pages. If anyone ever feels like clipping me reading blank page, feel free and send it to me, because I will put it on my TikToks or make it into a short. Eventually, I plan to go back and watch all of these playthroughs and clip anything that I think is actually funny into shorts. But until then, it's just going to be streaming. The most prominent of them all is the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse, crafted by the artisan Satsuo Yamatsuki. However, legend has it that disaster befell the island when the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse caused the vessel to blossom, and so its existence has remained taboo for many years. The mask-making arts of the era of Satsu are lost for a time, most likely the result of the disaster. Nothing is known about it except that it was black in color. The present-day mask-maker Soya wants to revive the advanced arts of Satsu. Perhaps the Mask of the Lunar Eclipse is ultimately a blank page. Said we both have mild cases of moonlight syndrome. They say it happened to a lot of people after watching the Kagura, and will have to be hospitalized here for a while. Now that I write the word hospitalized, makes it sound so serious, but don't worry, it's not that big a deal. In fact, it won't even stop me from continuing my mask research. If you get another chance to visit the island, make sure you visit us. The blank page is cracking you up. You're welcome. We could certainly use some companionship here. The other patients aren't exactly blank page. Half blank page, a black mask. When the dead return to the world of the living becomes as the dead. The mask made to become as of the dead makes the wearer become death itself. I can't imagine what this mask is used for. It has a gentle smile, like a Buddhist statue, but there's a primal emptiness about the face that is evocative of death, a particular kind of death. Looking at it, I feel myself drawn into the depths of oblivion. I feel terror and relief. It's beautiful. Blank page. The Mask of the Lunar Eclipse. Though I smashed my eyes, I still see it's still looking at me. I can see it again. It's so beautiful. No more blank pages. Now let's see. I got you that time, nurse. And we will save one last time. I am glad, even though I prefer the girl trots, I am glad we're getting to play as some Choshiro for Father's Day. I think that feels just a little appropriate. Because he saves little girls instead of taking them to scary-looking caves. Encore. I will do all the encores. I will read the notes. Okay. There's... Maybe it's on this side. It's probably over here. Yes, encore. Everyone loves the blank page readings. Nurse, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that when I'm trying to find treasure. Haha! It was in a tree. Oh, we just got a bajillion spirit... How many spirit stones do we have now? Enhancements. We have 267 spirit stones. So probably starting in the next chapter or the next stream, we're going to start upgrading. If I can get a few people in here, I'll have them vote on the upgrades and what we do. Because I figured that would be fun. On normal mode, this game isn't very hard. You can just dump all of your points into buying, like, strong film and healing items, which is usually what I save it up for. When I go through on hard mode and change my costume every 10 seconds, I'll have to be a little bit more serious. But the game has an effective New Game Plus, where you can just go back into chapters with your previous upgrades, which helps a lot. My God, nurse. No, come back here. I miss you. Is there any items through here? Because when she's around, it doesn't alert me to... Okay, it doesn't seem like it. Doesn't tell me whenever there's items to pick up. I don't know about you, Abby, but I've gotten like 5 texts from people asking me about the flood. So apparently, it was bad enough to reach news stations up in PA because all my friends up there are asking me about it. Chainlands. What does Chainlands do? Chain, while equipped, increases the time you have after each shot to make a chain. We'll do that. Use a powerful attack on one ghost. Okay. Now, right up here is where I got frustrated trying to fight a ghost. God, Japanese grave sites, they just... It's probably like a cultural disconnect. Is the reason I find this stuff creepy. But if they designed it to be creepy on purpose, they did a good job. Okay. I'm going to look around here for items. I know that there's a doll around here too. Oh, the doll was easy to find. Why can't you all be that easy? Oh, and Abby, I know you asked about the lore behind the dolls. I don't know if you watched... Yeah, you've gotten quite a few calls and messages. And the last stream I did, or maybe it was the one before that, you see the main villain apparently is the one that crafted the dolls. She would do it as part of like the ritual to like keep her sanity from the Moonlight Syndrome. Because I believe you had asked me about the dolls before and I didn't have a good answer. But apparently I was not patient enough and the game gave me the answer. Okay, so is this the only item here? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and grab you. Yeah, come on, grab it. It's not that big a deal. Diary! Are we gonna get some more blank pages? Let's find out. Supuko Tono's diary, who is the nurse we were just following. It was my uncle's recommendation that brought me to Ragetsu Isle. At first I was quite apprehensive, but both islanders and the infirmary staff have shown me such kindness, helping me to settle into my new job and my new life here. I appreciate now what good advice my uncle gave me. I feel so lucky to be here. It turns out this is the year of the Ragetsu Kagura, an important island festival that's only held once a decade. At the center of the Kagura is a woman called the Vessel, who performs a dance as an offering to the gods. I was very surprised when the islanders asked me, an outsider, to take the role of the Vessel. Okay, a little horror trope advice. If you move to a remote area and all the outsiders or all the locals are super nice to you as an outsider, and then they ask you to do something for a festival, don't do it. Don't show up to the festival. You have plans that weekend. You have plans. Your family has called you, your mother is sick, and you leave. Because you are a human sacrifice. I don't care if it's J-horror, slashers, H.P. Lovecraft, it's always the same. You will end up in a Wicker Man, and you will be set on fire. They explained that the Vessel should be a woman around my age, beautiful and impressionable. Yeah, you're impressionable. Especially when they ask you to be a Vessel as a major red flag. When they put it like that, how could I possibly refuse? It's such an honor to be allowed to take part in an ancient island tradition. This will be an excellent opportunity for me to express my gratitude on Rugetsu Isle for all the happiness it has brought me. I am truly thrilled. Before the festival, I have to take part in this purification ceremony where I bond with the Vessel mask worn during the Kagura. Now they're also asking you to purify yourself. Woman, especially if you're a woman. If some guy is asking you to purify yourself for a ceremony, don't do it. You are going to die or end up in a horrible cult marriage. Those are the horrible cult marriage is probably the best case scenario for what he is asking of you. Hearing about this made me a little more nervous than I was when I accepted the role. I hope it all goes to plan. No blank pages, though. But we did find a film reel. Ah! Okay, I didn't get that picture somehow. Okay. Something's here. 20 blue spirit stones. Hot damn. And now when I try to leave, she's gonna attack me. Got one of them. Okay, so now my flashlight's out, so I gotta walk around to let it get full. And see, one of them came back. So my memory is that they just kept respawning or wouldn't die properly. Or something like that. And eventually I just ran out of frustration. But what we're gonna do is, I have an idea. I'm gonna let this... I'm gonna dodge them for a minute. And let my flashlight get strong. And then we're gonna chain them. We're gonna chain them all together. And see if that works. Because our flashlight's almost at full power. And honestly, dodging in this game is basically just trotting away. Okay, so that's probably going to be pretty good. Oh shit. So I'm definitely thinking the way this arena is set up, what they want me to do is try to kill them all at the same time, juke them all together. Which honestly shouldn't be too hard to do. He disappeared again. Trotting along. We are definitely trotting. Come on, guys, get it all together. This is a group photo. This is a group exercise. Yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. Oh, God! Trot! Were they? Yeah, so we're just gonna... We're leaving. I don't have the patience for this nonsense anymore. Yeah, I do miss the lady trots. And I've gotten more points from this encounter than, like, my last 10 ghost encounters. I don't know if this is a bug or if I'm just sucking at killing them all at the same time. Shoot. But whatever the case, I don't feel like dealing with it. So I'm not gonna. I got what I wanted. I got mine. You guys can deal with yourselves. Me, I'm gonna deal with myself. I'm gonna work on myself. And now they're gone. We'll save here. Yeah, so I went from having like 600,000 points to I now have 800,000. And just because I kept snapping, and that's what frustrated me, Abby. That's what I was talking about, was I just could not seem to get that encounter to stop when I last played this game. I think the idea is I'm supposed to chain the shots and kill them all at once, but I suck at doing it so badly that I can't seem to do it. And since the game lets me run, I'm just gonna run. Oh yeah, you could farm them pretty much for infinite points if you really wanted to. And I already have like such an obscene amount. I got like 200,000 from that encounter, which is a fourth of my total points. What? Oh, there's a man in sink. Why is there a man in the sink? Sir. Sir, do not sink yourself. No, wait, where is I supposed to go now? Ooh, phone. Wow. I'm nothing if not consistent. Yeah, hello, sink bath. A nice little bath, yeah. Sir? I'm gonna need you to stop grabbing little girls, is what I'm gonna need this guy to stop doing. I don't care how cute his sister is. This is ridiculous. Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs. We're going up the stair. Wait, hold on. Make sure I have it on film in case I need to take a picture or something. I want to take your picture, sir. Yo, what's going on, yo? So Ruka is now where Choshiro was, and now we are going to where Ruka was exploring. And Asao, well, Asao's doing her own thing right now. She's living her best life. Map. They're all converging, that's right. All the stories converge. Do we go out into the yard and have a flashback? Is that what happens? I'm trying to remember exactly. Okay. Apparently not. I don't think we're supposed to go this way. I gotta get me one of these fox masks. That's what I'm gonna do instead of fedoras now. I'll just wear a fox mask everywhere. Map. I think we're going in the right direction. If not, you just loop and you'll figure out where to go. The game is usually not shy about telling you. I do like to check the rooms for items. You approve of the fox mask? Okay, well then I'll do it. I'll get myself one of these little kitsune mask. Wear it on my head. I think if it's this size, it definitely counts as a tiny hat. If you find one that fits your face, then it's just a mask. But this is definitely tiny hat territory. I could have sworn I just heard glass break somewhere. Okay. The sound of glass breaking in a museum is never good. I just read a story of a guy who, a museum put up a video of him sitting in a chair at an exhibit that was part of the exhibit, and it got, like, smashed, and they called it the Van Gogh chair. So, this is just a little way that sometimes the media is a little bit misleading. They called it the Van Gogh chair, so everyone in the comments thought that this guy broke a chair that either belonged to Van Gogh or Van Gogh made, where in reality, it was a chair that a modern artist bedazzled and said it kind of looked like a chair in a Van Gogh painting, and got it put in an exhibit. Now, I don't think that means the art should have been destroyed, but I do think that the way that story was presented was a little disingenuous. And sometimes stuff like that just kind of irritates me. I don't like when stories aren't being the most for, and you got to get your clicks, I get it. But at the same time, be honest about how you're getting your clicks. Ooh. Come on. You about to put the ground or need something? No. I am trying to remember where I'm supposed to go. Because Choshiro here. Yeah, plug the ground. I always tell people that if I could do like my college experience over, or like do my degrees over, I'd probably get a degree in journalism. Mostly just because I find my passions are in stuff like investigating and writing, not necessarily psychology. I found psychology interesting to study, and that's the reason I did it, was because I was good at it. Or at least good enough to graduate, you know, with good grades and get, you know, recommendations and stuff that you want. But I so I kind of get passionate about some types of journalism, I guess. I sit there and I'm like, you know, I get a little irritated the way that some people try to get their clicks or misrepresent stories or misquote people. I believe context is super important. Which probably explains why I would never really be able to work in the news, because, well, who would hire me if I was trying to actually report honestly all the time? All my stuff would read super dry and boring, because I'd be like, here is exactly what happened at the exact times. Maybe documentation is more the thing I should have looked into. Context is everything. And a lot of times, the context is just missing, and I find it really irritable. But it just is what it is. That's the world we live in. It just means that whenever I see people sharing stories, most of the time I'm like, I'm going to wait a couple days and see what else comes out before I start reading or getting passionate about this particular topic. Because a lot of times what happens is you'll have breaking news, people will form their opinion, and then a few days or a few weeks go by, and then the actual context comes out and nobody knows. The world has too many opinions. I agree. Oh, this fucking kid. Come on, boy. You ain't so tough. Here I am just exploring for items. Running into the spookiest ghosts. It's past your bedtime. Who's oh, the kid. Yeah, the kid I was just flashing. Oh, that came out wrong. The kid I was flashlighting. Also doesn't sound great. Yeah. Oh, God, this room. Just nope right out of here. Ooh, okay. Item somewhere. Haha. The box is locked. That's not fair. Usually, whenever something is locked, it tells me where I can find something. Can I take a picture of you? Find a key? No? Okay. I guess we'll come back for that box later. My dear sister. Yeah. Dude, I love my sisters too, but come on, you know, like, there's a limit. Nothing in here. I don't believe there's anything out on this balcony for him. Japan does love their sisters. My God, I was watching, oh God, what was the name of it? It's some anime about a girl who speaks Russian. And my God, the sister in that show, that was something else. I was like, that's even a little much for Daniel. and spends like 12 episodes thirsting for her brother. It's just a joke, bro, I swear, lol. I'm sure it's all fun and games. Okay. So where are we supposed to go? It made me cringe a little bit, maybe just because it was just, they laid it on so thick. I was like, man. What was the phrase she used? Because she says it one way in Japanese, and then the dub made it worse somehow. Okay, so the dub was, it's only hot if they're blood related. Is what the sister says to her brother, because she's reading a manga about a sibling romance. And then the English, the dub is, it's only hot if they're from the same womb. And my God, you want to talk about me going, ugh, I don't know about that. That was me. But apparently Fatal Frame didn't get the memo. Allegedly. I guess I don't know if Yo's into his sister. The infamous bad one where the siblings go through a relationship? No. It's honestly just a side story to the anime I was watching. The one you're talking about, I still haven't watched. A lot of anime seems to have like some incest jokes or subtext. Had some more people asking me about the rain, so I'm responding to them during a cutscene. The maiden died. What happened? some nurse feet there. Yeah, God, when it comes to anime, it's either feet or incest. There's a half-burned oil painting in the fireplace. She's terrible at hide and seek. Yeah, she didn't quite win that one. Records, we'll go to voices, we'll listen to his other one of these. And I'm at least beating this chapter before we call it a night. Man, really?
これじゃ聞き込みにならない。入院している少年から3階のマガキという男の部屋で少女を見たという証言を得た。
Yeah.
これからその部屋へ向かう。動物館309号室発見できず。どうもこの絵のことらしい。しかしここで俺の
Can't quite make that out. Cool. Shows. Aha. Come on. Everyone get in the frame. Oh boy. Oh crap. Gotta run around for a minute, let this flashlight charge. My poor flashlight. Two down. I wanted to say a cool one-liner there, but I just could not think of anything. More blue spirit stones. Nurse. Yeah. Jolts into motion. Give me just 1 sec. Give me just 1 second, everybody. I just had someone else ask me about the flood. I'm trying to be, you know, responsive so people don't worry. It is nice to have people worry about you, I suppose. We're just doing all the saving. Usually when I play these games on my own without people who will come in and watch, I save scum so badly when it comes to playing video games. Because I hate wasting resources or missing these ghost shots. I haven't been doing that for this playthrough. I bet this is a much more honest version of what this game is like. Ooh, a logbook. One item to report. Yuko Magaki in room 309 has shown some drastic changes recently, and his behavior is increasingly problematic. He causes disturbances, shouting out suddenly at the top of his voice, and grinning like a man possessed. Last night after lights out, he started causing a racket. I ran to his room to check on him, and he grabbed me and started screaming, "Annihilation!" over and over. There have also been some disturbing changes in his paintings. I don't like his new artwork. His old artwork was better. He keeps painting pictures of sinister-looking women. This guy's just like me. There is no longer any doubt that the woman he paints is the patient in the isolation room. Why does he keep painting pictures of her? Okay, so this nurse is just jealous. I believe they are an omen of foretelling the awakening of the one with no face. Ooh, found a tape. We'll listen to another tape. We're getting all of his backstory. The drama, yeah.
ルカちゃんを他の病院に入れたいということだが、急な話だし当てもない。この数日でさやかさんは随分やつれた気がする。少しでも目を離すとふっとどこかいなくなってしまいそうだ。俺は
All she ever wanted was to be painted like a French girl. If a nurse wants to be painted like a French girl, they should not be going to some mad patient in their hospital. They should be coming to me. I'm always looking because I was so sure there was a doll along these shelves and I've not seen it. And now I believe we're gonna go fight Painting Ghost Man. Ooh. Spooky ghost noises. Alright, let's get it on. Check all the rooms, see if there's any items. Ooh, okay. Hi, Sayaka. This is why we check the rooms. Ooh, a photo. Is this Sayaka's? Everything is getting out of control. Soya has been completely consumed by his obsession with his, oh god, Yomatsuki ancestor. And now the Hayabaras have started behaving in ways that I simply can't understand. They kidnap little girls and take them to their caves. It is so weird. I have to get Ruka better. I have to take her away, somewhere far away, where they'll never even hear of this island, and I won't have to hear the name Rogetsu. Choosing between my husband and my daughter isn't easy, but saving Ruka is the only thing that matters to me now, and I'll do it no matter how long it takes. I'm so sorry, my darling Soya. Somewhere deep inside you is the man I once cared for, who I still care for, but you've buried him so deep inside his madness that I don't think there's any way for me to save you. I'm leaving Rogetsu Isle. Okay, why did you put that in a journal and not in a letter? Uh-oh. Hi, Mr. Doctor. You think you tough? You think you tough, Mr. Doctor? You ain't shit. I'm the mad G around here. I pick up all the journals. Now, I'm gonna need you to stop kidnapping little girls. I guess it was your son who was doing the kidnapping of the little girls. You just didn't have a problem with it. You thought experimenting on them was just peachy. Man going to gallery. Doesn't look like there's anything in here for me. That's sad, but not the biggest deal. Well, that's not fair. I just picked up a small key. I guess I'll have to use it on this other door. Who you gonna call? Me, apparently. The Ghostbusters, they got vacuum cleaners. I just need a flashlight. Or a camera. Ugh. Hi, buddy. Hi, friend. Ah, he threw paint at me? It's messed up, man. Don't throw paint. Oh, that's not good. Got a doctor ghost who points a needle at me. Got a painter ghost who throws paint. Painting his H.R. Geiger shit. Now, H.R. Geiger, there's a man after my own heart. Yeah, the sound design in these games, tops. I am hard-pressed to think of a horror game that has a sound design that gets more under my skin. I'm sure there might be one, but this one's easier to just come right to my head. And I think it's consistently one of the better ones. Like, it tells you some stuff, and it's like, we want you to feel this way. Now, wait a minute. Where was I supposed to go? What did I get? Or was I supposed to do something with a painting in his room? That might have been it. Because I remember I got a piece of a painting. I don't think I picked anything up in that room, so I probably shouldn't leave it yet. Let's find out. We'll explore it real quick and we'll find out. Female. Mannequins. Spooky ghosts. Okay, yeah, so I was supposed to examine this. I knew I was getting a little ahead of myself. The scene. Oh. And now we're going to get a little bit more of Choshiro's backstory and what he got to experience. He was at this hospital, apparently. What is this? That day. Oh, excuse me. Here she comes. The woman without a face. Everyone on the island vanished. That is strange. And there we have it, Tranquility. That was chapter 7, I believe, out of 12? Which means we are a little bit halfway through the game. So I'll probably stop here soon, but I'm at least going to get this next level started. We'll get to a save spot and then we'll call it an evening. We'll have some fun. Summary. Searching. You can't believe it's halfway? Yeah. Where some of the chapters are longer than others too. I think like the last 2 or 3 of them are as long as like the first couple chapters combined. But yeah, we're a little bit over halfway through. Searching for Madoka, Misakai finds herself in her own room on Regatsu Hall and discovers a photo of herself as a child alongside a woman with no face. Does this woman have any connection to the girl in black? Misakai feels that if she could only meet this woman, her own past would become clear. My special friend. I too have special friends. 4, 4, 6, 7. 4, 4, 6, 7. I'm sure those numbers won't be important. And that I'll totally remember them. Exciting. Oh, Abby, here's the woman who crafts the dolls. That has the doll in her hand. And then there she is without the face. Misakaya Sao. God, I love that little transition. You thought you could get away from me, but you were wrong. Wait a minute. There's definitely an item around here somewhere. Because my camera, or my ghost sense is picking it up. And it's... Oh, is it going to be like... Haha, up in there. There we go. 5 stones. Five stones deep. Girl trotting in my lingerie. Girl trotting every day. More blue spirit stones. Da, 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 da. Have you locked any better outfits for? You know what? We'll look as soon as I get to a save spot. Because they haven't let me play as her in a minute. And if you like any of the outfits, I will purchase them and we will put them on her. Because I just racked up 200 extra thousand points. Basically just fighting infinite ghosts. Yay, dress up. I'm telling you, as soon as I start this job, I'm buying the DLC package and getting all the costumes for them. And we'll do different costumes all through hard mode. And hard mode I'll steamroll because I already know what I'm doing. And I will just purchase a crap ton of the good ammo and whatnot. Okay. And then we'll unlock even more costumes doing that. Yeah, you like the sound of that, Danny? You like the sound of some hard mode dress up and steamrolling it? There was a part of me that wanted to just make a Fatal Frame fan channel, to be honest, because at least compared to Silent Hill and Resident Evil, this game doesn't get as much representation. Oh, okay, we're here. It doesn't look like they have given me any other outfits for her yet, which is kind of unfortunate. The only thing they have given me are brown glasses. And purple glasses. Which is a little unfortunate. I was hoping we'd have a little something for her. We got the schoolgirl outfit for Ruka. It just seems like she hasn't gotten to have anything yet. Extras? What are extras? Maybe I'll find that out whenever we... Yep, sadly it doesn't look like we have anything extra. But next time when we're playing together, maybe I'll be lucky and we'll have the DLC package, because I think it's like 2 costumes for each of the girls and 1 for Choshiro, and I think we only have 1 level left with him, and then he's done. And his is just swim trunks, or like a swimsuit. But of course, all of theirs are super cute. I mean, they know where their priorities are. They know their target audience. This is made by the same people, or published by the same people who put out Dead or Alive, so... You know that they know what they want. But I'm going to be calling it an evening. I still have to go do the gym, unfortunately. But I had a fantastic time. I'd like to thank you guys for coming into the chat and, enjoying Fatal Frame with me. Always feel free to share my streams. Always feel free to comment. I always love talking to you guys. I had a really good time tonight. It honestly made my entire evening. And I don't have much else to say. I got kind of lost watching her idle animations. I'm sorry.